Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over the up and down stitch. So I've pulled out a piece that I recently made with this stitch so you can see it here. It just uses single and double crochet, but it creates this really beautiful texture. So as you can see, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. So I've just grabbed a different type of yarn so you can see the texture on two different types of yarn. So I'm going to grab my hook. I'm using a heavier worsted weight 4 yarn, and as you can see here I am using a 5.5mm hook. So we're just gonna start, as we always do, tying our yarn onto our hook, and the goal here is we want to crochet an even number of chains. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with that, and I will meet you once we are done. So coming to the end here, we have now completed a set of an even numbered amount of chains, and we're going to be working in the second chain from our hook, which I've indicated here, and we're going to work 1 double crochet into this stitch. This yarn is a little bit tougher to work with. It splits a little bit easily, so you'll see me struggling a little bit, but we're going to work a double crochet in the second chain from our hook, and then in the chain after that we are going to work a single crochet. And what this pattern does is it repeats like this across the row all the way across. So we're going to work a double crochet into the next stitch, and then we are going to work a single crochet in the stitch after that. And I will let you see a couple more times before we go ahead and speed this up a little bit. So you'll see me do 1 more double crochet, and then 1 more single crochet after that, and we're just going to repeat this all the way across until we get to the end, and I will show you how we end this row. So I will meet you all at the end. So you can see here we've reached the end. You're always going to want to make sure that you end with a double crochet in the last stitch. And now we're going to chain 1 and turn. So now what we want to do is we want to skip this first stitch, and we're going to work a double crochet into the second stitch from our hook. And then just like we did in the previous row, we're going to do a repeat of single crochet in the next stitch and double crochet in the stitch after that. So I'm just going to repeat this until the end of the row, and I will meet you at the end. Okay, so now we're nearing the end, and what we're going to do is we're going to work a single crochet in our last stitch, but we're also going to work a double crochet into the turning chain from the previous row. So here you can see that this stitch is kind of on an angle, so it's a little bit harder to reach, but we're going to do 1 single crochet here and then a double crochet into the turning chain, like so. Perfect. So this is how it looks once it's done, and just like the previous row, we're going to chain 1 and turn. So here we are. And just like we did on that previous row, what we're going to do is skip this first stitch, double crochet into the second stitch from our hook. And this is pretty much how the whole pattern plays out. It's extremely simple. It's great for beginners, but it does provide a very, very pretty texture. So I'm going to continue working this repeat across the row, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so at the end, once again, we're going to work a single crochet into our final space and a double crochet into our turning chain. We're going to chain 1 and turn. So I'm going to continue working this for a few rows so that you can get a better feel for the texture. Again, it will come out looking don't mind these loose ends, but it will come out looking more like this, and every yarn that you use is going to look a little bit different. So this is a little bit bulkier, so you can't really see the definition as well as you can with this, which is a sport weight yarn. So it's always going to differ, but I think that it looks pretty on every yarn base that I've seen it on. So I'm going to go ahead and continue, and I will show you the final result. So now we're coming to the end of the piece, and you can really start to see the texture here of the single and double crochets together. It looks very pretty, and here again is the example of the sport weight yarn, so you can see them together. Obviously, my sample this time is a little bit thicker, but you can definitely see the overall texture in both pieces. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for even more content. See you next time!